Hey folks, welcome back to Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin. We're here in the Dragon Shrine, having made our way through the Dragon Area. We are now climbing up through the Dragon Shrine itself. Now this also is a little bit of an unconventional area, which is to say, much like the Dragon Area, it's kind of as hard as you make it. You can see we've got a big armored boy over there and a couple smaller armored guys who just bowed to us. Basically, the format of the Dragon Shrine is a series of one-on-one battles with these large armored fellows. If you break that honorable duel format by summoning or by just trying to run past them, the smaller dudes will be like, well, you're not being honorable, I guess we're gonna kill you now. So if you make it easy for yourself, you can just have like 3 or 4 one-on-one combats with a fairly predictable and slow-moving enemy, and then you get to your destination. Or you can try to cheat the system and make it harder for yourself. I don't know how all these guys died. I wonder if going after this chest breaks the honorable vow. Yeah, you can just walk past. They won't do anything. And so yeah, these guys, I think their moveset is slightly different from what we've encountered with the big dudes in Hades Tower of Flame. Maybe a little bit faster, definitely hit harder. But they're a big dude in armor, which is what Dark Souls 2 is all about. Got pretty wild, predictable tells. Shouldn't surprise you really in any way. They don't have any tricks up their sleeves. Anyway, there are a couple little side paths here in the shrine. For the most part, it is just kind of walking in a fairly straight line and doing these one-on-one fights. But you can go off the beaten path, find an item or two, drop down a ledge or two to get something special. Yep, again, nothing. Ooh, he's got a cool bow. I want that bow a little bit. Ooh, and I'll bet we could get that jump. Yeah. Probably another way to get this, but it's a cool jump. Makes me feel sick. Ooh, and some Drake Keeper gear. Let's see what that's about. An extremely sturdy, pitch-black great axe. Colossal warriors staunchly watch over the shrine, ready to defend its resident, or allow unworthy enough to be granted audience. So, 2 things worth noting there. First off, kind of an explicit statement that we are being tested here with these one-on-one duels. Are we worthy enough to be granted audience? And the second is that they are defending the shrine's resident, singular. There is one particular entity here at the shrine that these people are defending, which, interesting. Wonder who that might be. Anywho, there are a couple different kinds of guys here. A couple have great swords, a couple of huge maces. Again, nothing too wild. And I believe that is already all of the mandatory fights here. If we open up this door, head up the stairs. which I feel like those little big guys couldn't possibly get through. Yeah, that's the end of the shrine. Now there is actually one side path that I brain farted on, so let's go back and get that one. You may notice this bridge that crosses a gap and then leads nowhere, basically. This is ridiculous architecture. But it will bring us to one more little optional side path that is worth checking out, maybe. I don't know. Depends on your interests. I'm not going to say it's super critical. By this point, you probably have your build lined up pretty solid. Do not summon right here. Remember, summoning is cheating on one-on-one duels. And so, here we have, I think, the hardest of the Drake Keepers, because he does something a little bit different from the previous large armored dudes you fought, which is that he has a shield, and he can do like shield bashes and shield swings. Is enough of a variation on the typical moveset that I find it a little bit harder to come to grips with. I can't think of anyone else who has this style of attack. Like even the Dragon Riders, they don't use their shields much for other than defending. This guy actually bashes you with them. Something dark indeed eats away at the Drake Keepers, eternal guardians of the shrine. I'm a level with you, I have no idea what that's referring to. They don't seem particularly corrupted. They seem pretty chill. I kind of always got the sense that this was so isolated and above the world that it didn't really deal with that kind of corruption. I don't know what that is. And looking at the other item descriptions associated with, it's a nice mural, by the way. Nice mosaic, I should say. Looking at other item descriptions associated with those enemies, I don't know. I don't know what that is. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, you'll get a little bit of an invasion here. This is a scripted NPC invasion, and it's foreshadowing a little bit a covenant. By following this path, you can unlock a covenant, a PvP-centric covenant. And so, by having this invader, it's like, hey, it's going to be kind of a dragon-themed PvP thing. I think I don't know if this guy uses the same moveset as some of those enemies, or just kind of uses the set that you can get from the enemies that look like this. He's not too tricky. I'm pretty hit and miss with the NPC invaders. This guy was not tough for me. Anyway, we can take a peek at that third dragon ring. It actually has the same description as the second and first dragon rings. It's basically the equivalent of a +2 version. Second ring is +1. First ring is basic. And then we see what was being guarded here, a petrified egg. What is up with that? Eggs are vessels that harbor life itself and symbolize the deepest secrets of existence. But what does a petrified egg harbor? So this, to me, speaks to kind of the failed attempts to recreate dragons. It is a symbol of life that is not working. The birth is not going to happen out of this thing. You can give this petrified egg to an NPC, the merchant in the lava castle, to join a PvP covenant. Utilization of crystals to enhance soul power is an ancient form of magical reinforcement. So there's an implication that Aldia was probably studying Seath the Scaleless in his dragon studies. No biggie there, not a surprise. So, with that side path out of the way, we can climb this dramatic staircase up to the final location of the Dragon Shrine. But there is one more combat challenge. You might see up top the guy in the middle there, glowing a little bit. He is our final test. Dual wielding these swords, which are pretty sick, actually. And I guess this guy gives me a little bit more trouble than the sword and board fella that we just fought. And I think the fact that he is on the stairs also makes him a little bit trickier. With my setup, it seems like just one attack and then roll away is probably my best bet. Yeah, he's not too bad. Yep, there we go. No problem. And that's our final test. Now, even though that guy is standing right in the middle of the hallway there, no items around here, by the way. That guy standing in the middle of the hallway seems like he's gonna fight us, but he's not. They're just chilling. And now we are granted audience with the master of the Dragon Shrine. This fella. Now this is an actual dragon, according to wiki definitions at least. 4 limbs plus wings. Ain't no wyvern here. And for our trouble, we get the Ashen Mist Heart. And then this ancient dragon has nothing more to say to us. Now, Ashen Mist Heart, oh, it's not consumable, probably. It's a key item. The magic of the ancient dragon allows one to delve into the memories of the withered. Now, Ancient Dragon, Ancient Dragon was the subject of a lot of speculation pre-Scholar. I will let you know now, this is an optional boss. I will not be fighting them. If you do succeed, which is really tedious, you will receive a giant soul. This is a dragon made from a giant. So Aldia succeeded. He made a dragon via a giant. Didn't seem to solve the curse, but hey, little victories. There was a lot of speculation before Scholar came out that the ancient dragon was Aldia himself. We now know that is not the case. And so it kind of makes sense that a dragon made of a giant gives us a key item that, as you will soon see, allows us to delve into the memories of fallen giants. And that is our last adventure before we wrap up this series, delving into the giants' memories.
Bearer of the curse, I will always be at your side until hope has fully withered.
But before we do that, let's spend all these souls we've built up. At this point, I'm just pumping vigor and endurance, adding to my health and stamina. No need to go beyond the soft cap on strength and dex. And with our remaining souls, we'll buy a couple soul gems, health gems, life gems, that's what they're called. And then we'll be good to go. And in the next episode, we will take our newly found Ashen Mist Heart and delve into the memories of fallen giants. I'm gonna miss Majula. It's a nice place. Well, till then, thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.